by balancing our energetic centers, and then we'll talk about what we're going to do today and how we're going to move forward. So just please sit up straight, and as you sit up straight, move yourself a little bit from side to side until you feel your tailbone. And once you feel your tailbone, just stay there and notice. Notice what happened to your spine. Your spine kind of straightens up. The objective of this practice continuing is to keep your spine straight. And right now what we're going to do is we're going to align your energetic centers with the breath. So please keep your eyes closed. Bring your hands palm down on top of the knees, so that the center of the hand hits the corner of the knee. Okay, there are energetic centers there that are being connected right now as we speak. Now we're going to balance that energetic centers, so please follow my lead. Take a deep inhale, and exhale through the mouth. Just empty the trash. We're going to do that again. Inhale, and exhale through the mouth. Good. Now we're going to start to align the energetic centers, your chakras. We're going to start with the first chakra. Do what you can, okay? Now take a deep inhale. And here you're going to hold the breath and tighten the sphincter muscle. That's your muscle that you tighten when you don't want to go to the bathroom and do a BM. So hold it there for a few seconds. We're balancing and aligning your first chakra. Hold it there. Now we're going to continue to tighten number one. We're going to call that number one. And you're going to exhale through your mouth. So exhale through your mouth. Continue to tighten number one. Good. At the end of the exhale, come back to center, meaning come back, feel your tailbone, release everything. Moving up to the second chakra, your sacrum, okay? So we're gonna inhale again and hold the breath. Now tighten the sphincter and the pubic area. The pubic area is when you're holding yourself from going to the bathroom to urinate, hold it there. That's your second chakra, that's your sacrum, hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. Continue to hold it as you exhale through the mouth. Now exhale through the mouth. And exhale until you can't exhale any longer. And once you're done exhaling, you're going to come back to center. And move your tailbone a little bit just to make sure that your spine is straight. And then we're going to go up to the solar plexus, the third chakra. You're going to inhale, you're going to inflate the belly. Inflate the belly like a balloon. Good. Now hold the breath. Squeeze the sphincter in the pubic area. Good. Stay there for a few more seconds, allowing your breath to just equilibrate, your energy to balance. Hold it there for a few more seconds. Continue to hold number one and number two as you exhale to your mouth. And bring the belly button to the back of the spine. Exhale, 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 exhale. Until you can't exhale any longer. Once you're done, come back to center. Meaning come back to your spine, move your tailbone a little bit, and just release everything. Now we're moving up to the heart. Okay? So inhale, inflate the belly. Pretend you're a balloon. Now hold the breath. Tighten the sphincter in the pubic area. Now bring the shoulder blades slightly together. That opens your chest, opening up the heart. Hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. As you hold it, you balance and equilibrate in the dissonance. Hold it there. The essence of dissonance, exhale it through the mouth, so exhale through the mouth. Bring the belly button to the back of the spine. Hold number one and number two. Continue to exhale, 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 all the way out. Empty. And you can't exhale any longer. And you come back to center. Moving up to the fifth chakra. Okay? Now take a deep inhale. Inflate the belly. Hold the breath. Now tighten the sphincter in the pubic area. Bring the shoulder blades slightly together, and now tighten the back molars and pucker the lip. That's your fifth chakra. Hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. Now, continue to hold number one and number two. Exhale through the mouth. Bring the belly button to the back of the spine. Continue to keep the shoulder blades slightly together. Exhale, exhale, exhale until you can't exhale any longer. Good. At the end of the exhale, come back to center. This one is going to be the last one. Now take a deep inhale. Inflate the belly. Good. Hold the breath. Tighten the sphincter in the pubic area. Bring the shoulder blades slightly together. Tighten the back molars, pucker the lips, tighten the eyes. Squeeze everything. Inside, squeeze your spine. Feel the squeeze and the fluids out of the spine. Hold it there. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And let it go like a cannonball through your mouth. Let it go. Let it go, 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 let it go. Hold the breath. Let it go some more. Now take a deep inhale when you're ready. Really deep, as deep as you possibly can. And then you're going to sustain the breath. You're not going to tighten anything. You're just going to sustain the air. What you're doing is you're bringing fresh prana, fresh energy, and replacing it and filling your body with this fresh, clear, pure energy. Sorry. When you are ready, slowly exhale through the nose. And stay there for a few seconds. Notice. Slowly open your eyes. Good afternoon. Welcome to the second code. And some of you are the first time here, okay? So I'm going to explain a little bit about what the codes are. There will be 52, may not be every week, but we'll be completing 52 ideally this year, or at the beginning of the next year, okay? And what it is, and as you all know, because you'll be coming here for quite a while, the earth is changing, we're changing. And within ourselves, there's certain programs that we have. And those programs are programs or beliefs, okay? Or whether you're not good enough, or beliefs over scarcity, that you don't have enough, that you're not lovable, that you're not pretty, or that you're not worth it. There's so many self-talks that you have no abilities, and that you have no rights, if you will. And unless you look a certain way, you have a certain amount of money, so you have certain status or certain you don't count. So there's a lot of conditioning, beliefs, and beliefs translate into behaviors, and behaviors translate into a lifestyle, okay? And those beliefs are not necessarily the right beliefs, quote unquote. And there's no such a thing as a right or wrong belief, if you will, but it is the impact that it has in your consciousness, in your life. So these 52 codes, and they were put together by a woman, a teacher of mine, in Colorado. Her name is Barbara Max Hubbard. And this is global. And we spent a year studying this, okay? And now we are to bring it to the world. Because this is for us. It's not just for the individual to say, oh, I'm so good because I did it. It's nothing like that. It's for us to bring it out and to help humanity awaken. Because you all know we are going through a period of time, the earth, of awakening. And so there's going to be more and more negative stuff. You think you've seen enough? Wait. All right? There's going to be a lot more ugly stuff. And instead of focusing on all the ugly stuff, what we're going to focus on is how can I dissolve or turn my buttons on, because everything you have is within you. And what I'm doing is actually think of yourselves as a radio. Okay? And what I'm doing is I'm showing you all the radio stations that you have. And then when you turn your button to the radio station, what comes out of this beautiful, beautiful music that you never heard before, but it was there. So that's what the 52 codes are, okay? And so to turn the radio on, we're gonna have to clean it off because it's stuck, okay? We have to kind of move the knobs and different things, and that's what we're doing. There are 52 radio stations, all right? And then there will be 52 knobs that we're going to turn. And today, that knob that we're going to turn is self-value. It's a really, really important knob because everything moves towards that. How much do you value yourself? How much do you really count? And today, we all have females here, and we have been conditioned, the female has been conditioned to be less than. because the power of the female is very intimidating. And now is the year of the female. If you follow different philosophies, different beliefs, we're moving into the Aquarian age, moving from the Piscean age into the Aquarian age, and that is more of the goddess age, if you will, the female age. So you're seeing there's just a lot of female energy coming up. The problem with what's going on that we are breaking is that a lot of the female energy that is still right now in the surface is the female energy is shrouded with the male karmic patterns, okay? Because they have to be a certain way like a male to be accepted and be able to allow it to move into that position. So they're not really being themselves per se, okay? They're pretending to be rough and tough and have certain consciousness that they're not really theirs. So we break in that as well. And that's what the 52 codes are doing. Not only for the females, but for all consciousness of humanity. So it's not male, female against kind of thing. But I'm just giving you the example. Now we're moving into an era starting last week when we started the codes, which was on intent, a 3-3 gate, which I mentioned earlier. And that is bringing consciousness awareness higher of the divine masculine, which is a divine energy that has been suppressed. And there has been many different civilizations before, Lemurian, Atlantean, Mu, different times. There has been, and so you can Google it, there's all out there. And if you have questions afterwards, please ask me. But just so that you understand why we do what we're doing today, is to really allow these new energies to surface, to recognize them, and start to live it. Now, what does that look like for you moving forward? What it's going to look like for you, and may already do, is that we are living in many parallel worlds. And our families and loved ones are in those parallel worlds, all right? What does that mean by parallel worlds? A world for you right now, this for us is a world right now. And we're here, thinking about consciousness, thinking about evolving. If you are going to go to the store right now, the world there is different consciousness, different world. Follow what I'm saying? So those are parallel worlds that we live in it. We just don't recognize what they are. And what it is our family members may be changing, they may not be changing. So you're going to recognize that there is going to be perhaps, and I don't want to mean in a negative way, please don't take it in a negative way, perhaps a separation, okay? And what that separation means is that those relationships were karmic relationships that were here to learn something from each other and to close patterns or close contracts that were developed in other lifetimes, in all other reincarnations, in other galaxies even perhaps, and they're being completed now. So those relationships naturally may separate itself, all right? And I'm talking about male, female, wife, son, daughter, that kind of thing, all right? So I'm just saying that that's what I don't want this to be a negative way, because as they separate, it's not going to be the angst and the pain that we would have been feeling in the condition of attachment, but it will be more in an accepting, graceful, genuine, compassionate way. Okay, so that's just to let you know what is happening outside our world. Similarly, you're going to meet individuals that you never known before. They're called soul groups, soul families. You never ever known before. And the minute you see each other, you click. It's like you've known each other forever. I mean, you know how you think, you just feel comfortable, you just don't know why, and you don't even question it. You don't even want to question it, because it's that kind of family gathering, all right? So that's what is going to happen. It's going to happen whether you're here or not. So this is not. But when you're here, you're going to make you aware of what's going on, so you don't go into the trappings of anger, judgment, resentment, and hurt yourself in a way that you're going to come down with diseases, pain, and many other things, all right? Now you recognize it, you know what's going on, and you gracefully accept it and move forward, and you help all those around you. Hopefully I'm making sense, and I know I'm talking a lot, but it's important for you to understand what we're doing, all right? Now, everyone has a piece of paper, and we're going to start reading the code. We're going to read the code, and this is how it works. We all going to read the code. I will read the code. We're going to take a few minutes. Okay, I'm just going to explain the process before we do it. We're going to take a few minutes and see how this pertains to you. What is it that this code tells you? What is it that you're going to do? And then throughout the week, or in this case, 2 weeks from now, just think about it throughout the week. What does that mean? How am I changing my worthiness, my self-image? You know, if you start thinking, oh gosh, I'm always stupid, I never do it right, stop yourself on the tracks and says, no, this is not my new belief. I'm worth it. That kind of awareness, that's what I'm talking about. And just kind of start to have a journal about it. After we read the code, you're going to write behind it, so everyone has a pen, and use your paper just in the recycle aspects of it, and see what it means to you. Then we're going to do a practice. The practice that we're going to do is a two-pronged practice, which is really cool. Number one is to dissolve all the resistance that we have in being the divine beings that we are. And number two, bringing the energy and aligning those new energies into our body so that we own our power. We own our self-worth. We own our divinity, if you will. And you own your own power within you. And that's what the code is about. It's awakening, turning the knob off of worthiness, and turning the knob on of self-value, self-worth, self-wisdom. And we all have it. We just don't recognize it sometimes. All right? So if you have any questions, I will encourage you to please hold your questions until the end, because it's just not going to have enough time for us to do the practice and answer questions. But I'll be glad to answer any questions later on. All right? So we game? All right. So please sit up straight. And what we're going to do to start, we're going to bring your palms up, and we're going to bring your thumb and index fingers together. Okay? And this is just to start. You're going to close your eyes, and we're going to make a mantra sound. It's going to be so, hum. As you inhale is so, and as you exhale is hum. And you say it in your mind, and I'm going to play the balls, and I'll say it aloud. And that is a sound that is for I am. So you bring in the I am that you are, your I am presence into your consciousness, so that it can help us turn off the unworthiness and turn on the worth aspect of who. Actually, turn off, get rid of the unworthiness so that the worthiness shows up, because it's already there. Okay? So take a deep inhale. Exhale to your mouth. We're going to do that one more time. Take a deep inhale. Exhale to the mouth. And let's start. Inhale, so, hum. 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 Now one more time. So, hum. Now take a deep inhale and sustain the breath for a little bit and exhale through the nose. Going to do that 2 more times at your own pace. Take a deep inhale and exhale through the nose. Now bring your hands palm down, and we're going to start to work on your lower chakras. Your lower chakras are the first and second chakra and the third chakra, which has to do with safety, self-value, self-worthiness, your identity, if you will, your beliefs, your patterns, okay? So we're going to start with that. So bring your hands palm down, and remember, the center of the hand on the corner of the knee, and just kind of grab your knee, if you will. And we're going to move forward and back. So we're just going to move the tailbone and the lower part of the spine, because that is your first and second chakra. When you move forward, tighten the sphincter in the pubic area, all right? Remember, we're working on the lower chakras. So inhale, exhale, and through the nose. Inhale, exhale. Because right now what we're doing is we're moving up the stagnated energy, okay? We're not going to get rid of it yet. We're just moving it up. Think of it as a stagnated cesspool that has been sitting there for a long, long time, that even if you were to empty the water, the crust still at the bottom, that you have to remove the crust from the bottom before you empty it so everything comes out. Well, that's what we're doing. So you're doing it with the breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose, and you're moving your spine back and forth, all right? So like feel the spine, feel the coccyx bone, feel your pelvic area, and tighten the sphincter in the pubic area. So you're removing the crud with the breath inside. You're using the breath as the brush to scrub, scrub, scrub. Before we even empty it, we're going to scrub it so that it empties all the dirt out, okay? So inhale and exhale. Inhale, the power's in the breath. You bring in the water in, the fire hose in, exhale, bringing it in, exhale, bringing it in, exhale, bringing it in, exhale. Continue to do that for a little bit more. We're doing it for 1 minute, all right? Just continue to do it. We're almost there. And remember, This is a stagnated crowd that has been there for eons of your lifetimes. So it's not only this lifetime, it's previous lifetimes, previous reincarnations, previous lineages, all that you carry in your DNA. Your DNA is changing, but first we have to clean it up, remove the crust so that they can easily change and brings you into a higher consciousness level, all right? And this is the mechanics of it. There is a science for it. Inhale, exhale, move forward and back, move forward and back. They not only give us the consciousness of what we need to do, but they're giving us the tools of how to do it. All right? And these are the tools. I'm the carrier of the tools. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Tighten the sphincter in the pubic area. That's key. Inhale. Pretend that you're holding yourself from going to the bathroom. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and again, inhale and exhale at your own pace. Inhale, I'm just your cheerleader here. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more time, wherever you are, you're going to take another deep inhale and exhale. And now, when you're ready, take a deep inhale. Now continue to tighten number 1 and number 2. Tighten really hard. Hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. Now exhale to the mouth. Good. And we're going to do that 2 more times. So let's, don't worry about if you didn't do it the first time. There's nothing wrong with how you're doing it. You're doing it perfectly, whatever it is you're doing. We're going to do it again. You're going to take a deep inhale. Tighten number 1 and number 2. Hold it there, hold it there. Continue to tighten number 1 and number 2. And exhale to the mouth. Good. You're going to do it again. Take a deep inhale. Hold the breath. Tighten number 1 and number 2. Hold it there, hold it there. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And let it go. Let it go, 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 let it go. Hold it. Let it go some more. Yeah. Now take a deep inhale. Sustain the breath and become aware you're number 1 and number 2, but you don't have to tighten it. Just become aware. Notice the difference. And allow the breath to slowly ascend to the nose. So we're starting to clear your lower chakras. The ones that have been holding you back and keeping you in the dark. So stay there for a few more seconds. And while we're doing it right now, I just stay in there. You allowing your body to integrate this new energy that you're breathing through. And to integrate, what that means is you penetrating this new breath, the prana, is positive energy. You penetrated and radiated and expanding it throughout your body from head to toe. Just know that. The power's in the breath. The Spirit's in the breath. So when we're talking about the Holy Spirit, if you talk about being in the Holy Spirit is your breath. It's clearing and refilling and upgrading. Think about you as a computer and you're being upgraded, a new program of self-value, self-respect, and self-worthiness. Just think of that for a few seconds. Now slowly open your eyes. And what we're going to do now is we're going to lay on your back. Again, we're working on your lower chakras, okay? And what we're going to do, we're going to raise our legs up and down and do what you are able to do. If there's any discomfort, if you have any problems with your back, bring your hands palms down under your tush. If there's any discomfort or any pain anywhere, Please, I'll keep my eye open on all of you. Let me know. But most importantly, if there's something that is bothering you too much, go back and lay how you're laying right now and pretend you're doing it. All right? Even if you're not doing it, pretend you're doing it. But you continue with the breath. You continue inhaling and exhaling. Okay? So you stay all the way on your back. Your hands are parallel to your thighs. So like you're touching your thighs with your hands. Okay? Because again, the energy of the hands, this is important. The energy of the hands, remember you have enough on the side of your thighs where the hand naturally lays there. We're going to activate those. Those are pressure points, okay? Those are energetic knobs with your hands. So keep your hands there on the side. We're going to inhale, the legs come up all the way up as you inhale. And as you exhale, you'll bring your legs all the way down. You can touch the mat if you wish to. It's no preference. So you're going to inhale up and exhale down. And inhale and exhale through the nose. Again, we doing the elbow grease onto the 3 lower chakras. We're removing and we're rubbing and we're scrubbing all the crud that has been sitting there. One wash doesn't do it. So there's a couple of different washes that's going to clear all that out, okay? So you're going to inhale out with your breath. Exhale down and keep your hands on your thighs. Inhale up and exhale down. And do it at your own pace. Inhale up and exhale down. And if possible, if it's part of you, try to keep your legs straight. It's straight for you. So it doesn't mean that if they don't look straight that they're not straight for you. It's just straight for what your abilities are. Inhale and exhale. Bring those legs up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We're only going to do it for a minute. So just know that you know, anything that has been kept dirty for a long time, it takes a little elbow grease. And I don't know if you experience scrubbing a pot that has been burned or it's been sitting there with some food there for a while. It takes a little while. You know, let's think about a spaghetti sauce that has been left overnight in the pot and it dried up. It's not going to come off right away. You need to scrub it. So that's what we do. We scrub it. So inhale out. The breath is the scrub brush. Exhale. And your legs moving up and down is the rubbing of the brush. Removing all the stagnated energy that's been there of inferiority, or scarcity, of abandonment, of ignorance, of darkness, of unworthiness. All the stuff, but it's all the way in your lower chakras. We grabbing it off, inhaling it up, exhaling it down. Inhale, a little bit more. Exhale. Know that you are removing the stagnation and the limitations that has been put upon you by others, by your lineage, by your lifestyles, and by society. Just know that. We're going to do that 2 more times wherever you are. Bring your legs up and down 2 more times. And when you're done, bring the knees to the chest and give yourself a hug. Yeah. Give yourself a hug. Stay there. Take a deep inhale and exhales. Stay there for a few seconds. Focus on the lower part of your body. Focus on the first, second, and third chakra. Focus on the sphincter, the pubic area, on your belly. Just notice what's happening there. seconds. Good. Take a deep inhale and start your mouth. Slowly release your legs out. So all the way out. Stay there for a few more seconds. Just notice your body. Again, any discomfort, any pain, just let me know. Give me a signal. And I will take you through that tightness or that resistance or whatever it is you're going through. Good. Now slowly turn on your back, on your stomach. Okay. And we're going to turn on your stomach and place your hands next to your by your face, like if we were going to do an upward cobra, okay, full cobra. And we're going to bring your forehead onto the mat and the chin on the chest, and keep your legs together. And again, remember, we're working in the lower 3 chakras, okay? Now, squeeze your sphincter in your pubic area and press the pubic bone onto your mat. Stay there for a few seconds. Just notice. The 2 lower chakras are the ones that hold the fear. The 2 lower chakras are the ones that hold the limitations, the ones that hold their scarcity, the ones that hold not being good enough, the ones that hold the lack of respect. So we're going to be continuing to work on the 2 lower chakras as well as your solar plexus. Your solar plexus is the one that is your ego, kind of, all right? Either too bombastic or too timid. And the ego is a child that doesn't have the right information. So we're going to clear the wrong information from the ego and allow it to receive what's the right information for it. Because that's part of who you are as well. The ego is part of who we are. It's just a spoiled child that hasn't had the right instructions. So we're going to do that, okay? Now, what we're going to do, continue to keep your pubic area and your buttocks kind of tighten, all right? And slowly, we're going to press your hands onto the mat and press yourself into a full cobra. All right? Good. And once you're going to inhale full cobra, and in the full cobra, it's not for you. You stay in the sphinx. But what we're going to do, whether you're in a cobra or in the sphinx, we're going to bring the toes in. So bring your toes in. Toes are connected to the brain. All right? So you're going to bring your toes in and just press on the toes. Stay there for a few seconds. So whether you're in a cobra or in the sphinx, you're going to stay there and press on the toes. Inhale. You're activating your brain right now. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly bring yourself down again. Release the toes and bring your head down. Stay there. Okay? We're going slowly activating the brain centers, so that it helps us clear the 3 lower chakras. There's a science to this. Stay there for a few more seconds. Now, this next time you're going to flex the toes again, bring yourself into a cobra, but now you're going to push yourself into downward dog. And if downward dog is not part of your practice, bring the knees onto your mat and bring yourself into child's pose with your arms straight forward, okay? So that's the 2 ways to do it. Either downward dog or child's pose. It's still there. Stay there for a few seconds. Continue to tighten the sphincter in the pubic area. Just breathe normally at your own pace. Now, take a deep inhale wherever you are, whether it's child's pose or downward dog. All right, take a deep inhale, tighten the sphincter muscle and in the pubic area. And as you exhale, either you come into a plank or you come all the way down forward. If you're in child's pose, come all the way up. Again, all the way up into the beginning of the cobra, how you started. The chin is to the chest, the forehead onto the mat. When the chin is on the chest, you're activating your pituitary and your also thymus, which is right below the pituitary. You're also activating the thymus, you're activating the thyroid and the parathyroid. So there's a lot of things going on right here, right now. Stay there for a few seconds. Now we're going to do it again. Fix the toaster's you. Now either you come to child's pose or you push yourself up to a cobra and bring yourself into downward dog. Good, stay there. Take a deep inhale. Continue to tighten number 1 and number 2. Exhale to the mouth. Inhale. Exhale to the mouth. And you do that, your child's pose, press your arms forward, keep the chin on the chest. Inhale, and exhale to the mouth. Inhale. Exhale to the mouth. We're going to do it one more time. Inhale. Exhale to the mouth. Good. If you're into a downward dog, bring yourself slowly into a plank and bring yourself all the way down onto the beginning of the cobra. Or if you're into child's pose, bring yourself all the way out and stay there again. Keep your forehead on the mat. Keep the chin on the chest. Tighten number 1 and number 2. Keep the top of the feet pressed onto your mat. A lot to remember. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to do it 2 more times, okay? So, we're going to press ourselves up into a cobra or into a sphinx. And then you're going to bring the toes in and bring yourself into downward dog or into child's pose. Either way, downward dog or child's pose, press the arms forward. Keep your chin on the chest. Good. Tighten number 1 and number 2. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Everything through the nose. Inhale. Working the 3 lower chakras. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly bring yourself either to a plank or if you're into child's pose, so slowly bring yourself all the way up again and bring yourself down if you're in a plank all the way down to the beginning of a cobra. Bring the chin to the chest, forehead onto the mat, and keep your arms close to your body. Inhale and exhale. Tighten number 1 and number 2. Try to keep number 1 and number 2 tighten as much as possible, but those are the ones you're working on, okay? We're going to do it one more time, but we're going to integrate first a little bit before we do it again. So continue to inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just notice. I mean, this is not easy. We've been holding on to this for eons. But remember, it works. This one is the last time we're going to do it. So again, slowly lift up your forehead and bring yourself into a sphinx or a full cobra. Once you're in a full cobra, bring the toes in. And if you're in a sphinx, bring your toes in and either come to child's pose or to downward dog. And stay there. Inhaling and exhale. Now tighten number 1 and number 2. Continue to tighten number 1 and number 2. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the chin on the chest. Press the arms in front of you, whether you're in child's pose or downward dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep tightening. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Now slowly, whether you're in child's pose or downward dog, bring yourself parallel to the floor, downward dog, or slowly bring up yourself up to beginning of cobra if you're in child's pose, and bring yourself all the way down onto the floor. Once you're 100% down, bring your hands like the forehead, palm over palm, and the forehead on top of the hand. Take a deep inhale, and exhale through the mouth. This is the time to clear. Take another deep inhale. Now tighten number 1 and number 2. Press the pubic bone onto the mat. Exhale to the mouth. Again, tighten number 1 and number 2. Press the pubic bone into the mat. Inhale. Exhale to the mouth. Good. This next time, take a deep inhale, relax everything, and exhale through the nose. Stay there. Slowly lift up your forehead from your hands and bring yourself slowly up. All the way up. And when you bring yourself up, you're going to sit in the back of your legs or on your tush. Okay? Doesn't matter how you do it. So in the back of your legs or on your tush. And what we're going to do, again, we are removing the energy from the lower 3 chakras. So we're going to work on the spine to bring the energy up and out. So you're going to interlace the fingers behind your head. This is a mudra, all right? And that is going to help us bring the energy up. So it's a pump. We're going to pump it up and get it out, all right? So what we're going to inhale, we're going to inhale left and exhale right. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Inhale left, exhale right. Inhale left, exhale right. Inhale left, exhale right. And again, do it at your own pace. Inhale left, exhale right. We're going to do it for a minute. Inhale left, exhale right. And again, it just work, okay? You're clearing. Inhale left, exhale right. Inhale left, exhale right. Bringing up all the stuff. You're working in all your organs, particularly your lower organs. You're working on the pancreas, the spleen, the gallbladder, and the liver. Those are organs that hold a lot of anger, resentment, and inferiorities. And we're clearing that up. So that's where your self-worth and self-value is going to shine. Do a little bit more. Inhale left, exhale right. A little bit more. Hang in there for a few more seconds. Good. One more time, wherever you are. Now this last one, you're going to inhale left, you're going to hold it there. Tighten number 1 and number 2. Now, this is a time to empty, all right? Tighten, 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 tighten. Exhale to the mouth and move it all the way to the right. Exhale, 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 exhale. Good. We're going to do it 2 more times. Moving to the left, picking up. Hold the breath. Exhale to the right. We're going to do it 1 more time. Inhale to the left. And exhale to the right. Good. Hold it there. Come up to center. Take a deep inhale. Slowly release the hands. Bring it on top of the knees where you're sitting with straight legs out or not. And exhale to the nose. And stay there. Enjoy it. Notice. fresh energy into your body. And remember that we're working with all your internal organs right now. The next one we're going to do, we're going to activate the brain and start to open up your spine, so that all the information and all the clearing that we're doing in your lower chakras also activate the upper centers. So, you slowly straighten out your legs in front of you and sit up straight. Good. And what we're going to do, we're going to inhale out, we're going to look up, you're going to use your index and your center finger and your thumb. You're going to press the index and the center finger in between the toe, and you're going to press your toe with your thumb. Okay, that's part of the brain. So we're going to activate the brain and we open up the spine at the same time, so that the centers of the brain, the vagus nerve, is activated and starts to clear all your consciousness. So take a deep inhale. We clear the body now. We're going to clear the consciousness, your brain. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, bring the chin to the chest and engage the thumb out on top of the toe and the other fingers behind it. Bring the chin to the chest. Now you take a deep inhale. You come up. Exhale down. So, hum. 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 And you don't have to come down too low, but low enough that you feel your lower back opening out, okay? Any pain, stop and let me know. So, hum. So, hum. And notice your lower back opening out. Notice your hamstrings releasing. So you allow this whole new energy that you just clear on your lower chakras now to move up to your brain, to your consciousness, all right? To your mind, which is what drives you forward. So we're getting rid of all the somatic cellular memory stagnation from the lower chakras energetically, and now we're clearing up the upper root channels. So, hum, and bringing the I am that you are into it. So, hum. 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 I'm going to do it one more time. Wherever you are, do it one more time. So, hum. And in the hum, keep your head down. Keep holding onto the toes. Stay there. Take a deep inhale. Hold the breath. Squeeze number 1 and number 2. Exhale through the mouth. We're going to do that 2 more times. Take a deep inhale. Hold the breath. Squeeze number 1 and number 2. Exhale through the mouth. Again, inhale. Hold the breath. Squeeze number 1 and number 2. Exhale through the mouth. Good. Now release the thumbs, but keep yourself forward. Keep the chin on the chest. But release the thumbs. Keep the hands on the chin, so somewhere on your legs. Take a deep inhale. Sustain the breath. And slowly allow it to sail through the nose. Stay there for a few more seconds. Allow yourself to integrate. Slowly come up. Sit up straight, move your tailbone. Make sure your spine is straight. Take a deep inhale. Exhale to the mouth. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale to the mouth. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. Cool. Stay there and notice. Notice your consciousness. Notice how you're feeling. Okay. What we're doing now, we're going to come into our hands and knees. We're going to do a cat and cow. So we're going to integrate all this new energy from the bottom up. Okay? So we're going to come into the cat and cow. And the knees are hip width apart. Hands parallel to the knees. Open up the fingers like web fingers. So open up these fingers really wide. And press the hands onto the mat smartly. So you're feeling the fingers, like you're grabbing the mat with the fingers, okay? There are pressure points on every finger. They're activating your entire body. Bring the top of the feet, press the top of the feet onto the mat as well. And you're going to start with a flat back. And you're going to do it at your own pace. But we're going to sound the mantra. And the mantra is so hum.